where Brooklyn at. How did that freestyle come about? You bringing out Tupac and Biggie at the Superfest and making that happen?
Well, we was on the Superfest. It was myself, Belle Biv DeVoe, Patti LaBelle, MC Light, um, SWV, Levert, and BBD, I believe, was headlining the whole tour. And then the last two dates, New York and Philly, Al Heyman switched it and let me headline. And the New York show was at the Garden. And Biggie called Mr. C, rest in peace, and asked C, could he come? So C, he came to me and was like, yo, Big won't come to the show tonight. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And he was like, but yo, he was saying that he hanging with Pac. He's in town filming this movie because he was filming the Above the Rim joint. He was like, and Pac want to come too. I'm like, yeah, absolutely, by all means, because it's like, I'd known Pac, from, a few years before that. I've known Pac when he was dancing for Digital Underground. You know what I'm saying? Because I took them on my first tour. Digital opened up for my first tour. So I've known Pac then when him and Money B was dancing with, with Digital Underground, And back then, Pac was like, he came and spit rhymes for me saying that he doing his own solo stuff, but it's going to be different than what he do with Digital and all that. So, I already had love for the brother. So I'm like, hell yeah, bring Pac too. And they came and we did the show, and in the middle, I just was, I called them out. I was like, yeah, we're Tupac and Biggie Smalls. And they came on, I let them rhyme. And I mean, it became a legendary night because, for one, these two brothers ended up, having beef with each other, and then both of them, passing away. But here's a night where they're together, unified, rhyming on stage at Madison Square Garden. And then that legendary phrase came from that night, where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? So I mean, it was definitely a legendary night, a memorable night, But yeah, that was 1993, but was a Superfest.
So I gotta ask you this, man, because this guy he get a hard time because I guess it's not footage of him on stage with him. But what's the truth about Fat Joe being on stage?
Fat Joe was there because you understand. Shaheem rhymed. My dancer Scoob Lover rhymed. Biggie rhymed, Pac rhymed, I rhymed. And then Fat Joe was easing over. And I was getting ready to let him rhyme. And then the stage manager was like, telling me I had 5 minutes left. And at that point, I still hadn't did Ain't No Half Steppin', I still hadn't did Woman Up Kane. Because I'm correct, I think I had to cut Ain't No Half Steppin'. I think I only did one verse and one chorus, a half step, and then went straight into Woman Up Kane, because we only had 5 minutes left. So then I had to look back at Joe like, like letting him know I ain't got no time, And I felt bad about that, man, because it was like, I think he had only like the got a Flo Joe out at the time, so he was like a new artist, So I really wanted to let him get his shine. I know what that's like, man. I remember them days of me wanting to get on stage, So but I ain't had the time, But yeah, he not lying. He was there, and I was getting ready to call him on, but then the stage manager gave me the sign, let me know you got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, that would have been a good look for him because he had that Flojo out. So, that would have been some good
Yeah.
promotion for his album.
And I see, like, I probably could have, just pushed it if it was the regular order of the tour. You know what I'm saying? Because that mean I would have probably just went over like maybe 5 minutes of BBD time. You know what I'm saying? But because they switched the order, I was going last. They don't play in them type of venues. You see the lights come on, you hear the microphone go off, and then the music gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? They would have shut me down because they got a certain curfew. So it was nothing I could really do.
Did Fat Joe feel a type of way about that?
I mean, I felt bad that night, probably that whole week. You know what I'm saying? And time go by, you forget about it. But then when I heard him mention it, then it made me feel like, okay, that's something that, affected him. So that's when it really, really hurt me. You know what I'm saying? That's when it really hurt me. But Joe, my dude, though, I mean, and understand, since then, Joe has looked out for me. So clearly he never held it against me, because since then, Joe has looked out for me. See what I'm saying? And always show me love. So, it ain't nothing but love. That's my dude.